Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Awards Gambit. I hope everybody had a nice Valentine's Day and is getting ready for the long holiday weekend ahead. Today, I'm going to be doing my 2024 BAFTA Winner Predictions. The BAFTAs are this Sunday, February 18th, and you can stream them live on BritBox at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. This year, the BAFTAs will be hosted by David Tennant, who is well known for playing Doctor Who, and for his small role in the Harry Potter series as Death Eater Barty Crouch Jr. in the fourth film, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I'm so excited for this next award show on the way to the Oscars. It's finally here, and I can't wait to share my predictions with you guys. Just want to give a shout out to Phoebe. She's being a queen. She's having a little bit of the zoomies. So if you see her being a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in the background, that's just her being her. She's totally fine. Love you, Queen. Keep slaying. First up, we have Best Film. The nominees are Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. This one, I believe, is going to go to Oppenheimer. I don't think it's a close race. Oppenheimer's been winning so many Best Picture awards. I think it's going to go all the way to win Best Picture at the Oscars. So, Best Film at the BAFTAs, I'm predicting Oppenheimer. A not so close second place, I would say, is Poor Things. The BAFTAs really like Poor Things. It got a lot of nominations, as did The Favorite a few years back. So, I mean, if they wanted to lean a little bit more British and give it to a British film, maybe they would pick Poor Things, but I'm still picking Oppenheimer. Up next, for Best Director, the nominees are Andrew Haigh for All of Us Strangers, Justine Triet for Anatomy of a Fall, Alexander Payne for The Holdovers, Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, and Jonathan Glazer for The Zone of Interest. This one is a no-brainer. Christopher Nolan is winning this award. He's going all the way to the Oscars. He just won the DGA this past weekend, and I don't think anyone else even has a shot of winning this award. For Best Leading Actress, the nominees are Fantasia Barrino for The Color Purple, Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall, Carey Mulligan for Maestro, Vivian Oprah for Rye Lane, Margot Robbie for Barbie, and Emma Stone for Poor Things. Still crazy to me that Lily Gladstone did not get nominated, but it is what it is. But as for who I think is winning here, I'm going to go with Emma Stone. She is just so undeniably good in Poor Things. She's already won the Golden Globe and the Critics' Choice Award, so she could go on to sweep. Again, they love Yorgos Lanthimos. They loved Poor Things. I think she's probably going to win. I think in second place, someone who definitely could upset is Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall. Anatomy of a Fall did pretty well with BAFTA nominations. It got all the BAFTA nominations it was shortlisted in. It's a European film, and she's a European actress, so that is definitely a +1 for her. I would really love to see Sandra Hüller win. I still haven't seen Anatomy of a Fall yet, but I just want her to win so that there's a little bit more competition in Best Actress when it comes to the Oscars. If Emma Stone sweeps, we know she's going to win the Oscar, and that's boring. So we want different people to win a different award show. So, I mean, hopefully Sandra Hüller can pull off the upset here. Maybe somebody else wins at SAG, like Lily Gladstone or Annette Bening. Then we got a real race for Best Actress. But for the BAFTAs, I'm predicting Emma Stone to win. For Best Actor, the nominees are Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Coleman Domingo for Rustin, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, Barry Keoghan for Saltburn, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, and Teo Yu for Past Lives. I think this race is a toss-up between Paul Giamatti and Cillian Murphy. I think most people are predicting Cillian Murphy, but I'm going to stick with Paul Giamatti. He won the Golden Globe Award. He won the Critics' Choice Award. He could continue on to sweep. I think he's a veteran actor. I think a lot of people feel like it's his time. And with this category, I think about last year, Austin Butler, an American actor, defeated Colin Farrell, an Irish actor. And the year before that, we had Will Smith, American actor, defeat Benedict Cumberbatch, a British actor. So sometimes, even though you might think that the BAFTAs are going to pick British or Irish European person, they ended up going with the American one anyway. So that's why I'm sticking with Paul Giamatti. And I think that this category will be a good race to keep an eye on because I think that it is so close. But sticking with Paul Giamatti. Up next, Best Supporting Actress. The nominees are Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple, Claire Foy for All of Us Strangers, Sandra Hüller for The Zone of Interest, Rosamund Pike for Saltburn, and Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. I am predicting Divine Joy Randolph to win this award. I think she's sweeping this season, and I have no reason not to predict her to win here. I think there could be an upset from Emily Blunt just because of the British factor, and Oppenheimer is going to win a bunch of awards, and she could be a coattail. Even if Emily Blunt wins this award, I still think that Divine Joy Randolph will win the Oscar. Sometimes the BAFTAs just do their own thing and are biased towards British or European performers. Like last year when Barry Keoghan and Carrie Condon won awards here and nowhere else. So Emily Blunt could win, but I'm still going to stick with Divine Joy Randolph. For Best Supporting Actor, the nominees are Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Jacob Elordi for Saltburn, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, Paul Mescal for All of Us Strangers, and Dominic Sosa for The Holdovers. This is a quick category to talk about. Robert Downey Jr. is absolutely winning this award. He is sweeping the whole season, and that is that. Congratulations, Robert Downey Jr. For Best Original Screenplay, the nominees are Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Maestro, and Past Lives. And for this category, I'm going to predict Anatomy of a Fall. Anatomy of a Fall, like I said, did very well with nominations. It won the Golden Globe for Best Screenplay, which was a little bit of a surprise, but a great surprise. I think that this is going to win the Oscar as of right now. There will be a different conversation if it loses this award at the BAFTAs, but I think that it's pretty safe to win here, especially when you consider that it's a European film. This category in general is pretty fluid, so there is a chance that The Holdovers or Past Lives could win this and then shake up the Oscars race, which would be great. We love some competition. We love unpredictability at the Oscars. Barbie's been winning some original screenplay awards, but BAFTAs didn't really like Barbie. It didn't get a Best Picture nomination, underperformed drastically, and it's competing at Adapted at the Oscars, so I don't think that's going to win. I'm sticking with Anatomy of a Fall. Would be a great win. Would be great to see Justine Triet get up there and give another speech. For Best Adapted Screenplay, the nominees are All of Us Strangers, American Fiction, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. I think this race is also a bit fluid, but I'm going to predict Oppenheimer. I think that it will win as sort of a coattail win if Oppenheimer wins a bunch of other awards and, it's a close race here. I think Poor Things is a very, very close second. I know that The Favorite won Best Original Screenplay at the BAFTAs a few years ago. They love Yorgos Lanthimos, and it's the same writer. Tony McNamara co-wrote The Favorite, and he was the sole writer on Poor Things, so, Poor Things definitely has a really good chance of winning, but I just have a feeling about Oppenheimer. Even though it's winning so many awards, I wish they would give it to something else, like American Fiction. American Fiction had such a good screenplay, but I don't think I can win here because this was its only nomination, and that would be a really hard feat for it. I still think it can win at the Oscars, and I hope it does, but not here. I'm sticking with Oppenheimer here. For Best Cinematography, the nominees are Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. I believe this is another no-brainer category. I think Oppenheimer is winning this. It's been winning many cinematography awards, and it will continue to win cinematography awards up until the Oscars. So, congratulations to Oppenheimer. For Best Editing, the nominees are Anatomy of a Fall, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. Again, no-brainer. Oppenheimer is winning this. It's going all the way to the Oscars to win this award. Congrats, Oppenheimer. Moving on. For Best Production Design, the nominees are Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. I have Poor Things predicted to win this award. I've said this before, but I think that this race has been narrowed down to Barbie and Poor Things when it comes to the Oscars. And I think Barbie could win here, but like I said, BAFTAs didn't like Barbie. They like Poor Things. And I think that it's going to take production design. And it would be a deserved win. For Best Costume Design, the nominees are Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. Like production design, I think that Poor Things is also going to take this award. I think this one is also between Poor Things and Barbie at the Oscars. But, again, BAFTA didn't like Barbie. They like Poor Things. Poor Things is going to win. I think that both of these races, costume design and production design, are very reminiscent of 2019's race between Black Panther and The Favorite. The Favorite won both of these awards at BAFTA, costume design and production design, but they lost at the Oscars to Black Panther. I think something very similar can happen this year, where Poor Things loses both Oscars, even though they win both BAFTAs, and Barbie wins the Oscars. Could happen. They could split. Poor Things could win both, but I'm just getting that vibe that that's what's going to happen in the end. But we'll see. For Best Makeup and Hair, the nominees are Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. I am predicting Maestro to win this award. I think that Maestro has been predicted to win the Oscar in this category for a long time. I think it would be its only win at the Oscars. And so that's kind of why I'm predicting it here. I do think Poor Things has a chance, and I do think Poor Things has a chance of winning the Oscar for this category. And I feel like Maestro in general has just been losing steam. Poor Things has been gaining steam. So it could be a close race, but I'm going to stick with Maestro for the BAFTA win here. For Best Original Score, the nominees are Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Saltburn, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Another no-brainer award for Oppenheimer. Ludwig Göransson has been sweeping the season. He just won a Grammy a couple weekends ago for this score, and I think he's going to go on to win the Oscar. So congrats to Ludwig Göransson. For Best Sound, the nominees are Ferrari, Maestro, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Oppenheimer, and The Zone of Interest. Another award for Oppenheimer. Congratulations, Oppenheimer. For Best Special Visual Effects, the nominees are The Creator, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Napoleon, and Poor Things. I am predicting Napoleon to win this award. It may seem like an unconventional pick for special visual effects, but I feel like a lot of the effects are subtle. Napoleon has a lot of war sequences, and if I think about past years and war movies in this category, last year All Quiet on the Western Front was nominated here and at the Oscars. It lost both to Avatar: The Way of Water, and in 2020, 1917 won here and at the Oscars in this category. So war movies definitely do well here. The visual effects at the Oscars is going to be hard to predict because there's no Best Picture nominees there, but Napoleon is my pick. And I think that Napoleon is probably going to go on to win the Oscar because it's like the most like a Best Picture nomination, very generally speaking. And so I think that it will win here, and then I think it will win at the Oscars. For Best Casting, the nominees are All of Us Strangers, Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, How to Have Sex, and Killers of the Flower Moon. Now, this category they don't have at the Oscars, but It was just announced that they are adding it at the Oscars, starting with the 2026 ceremony, so that's very exciting. That'll be a great new addition to the Oscars. But for here, I'm going to predict All of Us Strangers. It did well with nominations. It's a British film. It does have a really good cast, really good ensemble. And I remember a few years ago, the movie Rocks won, and that was its only award, and that was a British film, got a lot of nominations. So that's kind of reminiscent of that. And so, yeah, I'm just going to predict All of Us Strangers. For Best Animated Film, the nominees are The Boy and the Heron, Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget, Elemental, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I am predicting Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It won at the Critics' Choice, and the first movie won at the Oscars, and I think that it's going on to win the Oscar. I think The Boy and the Heron definitely has a chance, especially after that Golden Globe win. Ultimately, at the Oscars, it would come down to the two of those, but I think Spider-Man has the edge, so that's what I'm predicting. For Best Documentary, the nominees are 20 Days in Mariupol, American Symphony, Beyond Utopia, Still, a Michael J. Fox movie, and Wham! And I am predicting 20 Days in Mariupol. It is the only Oscar nominee for Best Documentary in this category, and it's a very timely topic, so I think that that is going to win. For Best Film Not in the English Language, the nominees are 20 Days in Mariupol, Anatomy of a Fall, Past Lives, Society of the Snow, and The Zone of Interest. And I am predicting Anatomy of a Fall. It won at the Golden Globes, it won the Critics' Choice. We know it's not eligible at the Oscars, but it is the number one foreign film of the year, and I think it's going to win here. For Outstanding British Film, the nominees are All of Us Strangers, How to Have Sex, Napoleon, The Old Oak, Poor Things, Rye Lane, Saltburn, Scrapper, Wonka, and The Zone of Interest. And I am predicting Poor Things. Poor Things was the only one here to get a Best Picture nomination. Got a lot of other nominations. The BAFTAs love it. The Favorite won this category. And I am predicting Poor Things to also win this category. And my last category is one that is also not at the Oscars, but it's a fun one. So let's talk about the Rising Star Award. The nominees are Phoebe Dynevor, Io Adebari, Jacob Elordi, Mia McKenna-Bruce, and Sophie Wilde. I am predicting Jacob Elordi. He is such a hot, young, new actor. He got nominated for Saltburn. He also had another incredible performance in Priscilla. Really great year for him, and I think that he's going to win this award. So, those are my predictions for who will win at the BAFTA Awards. Feel free to let me know some of your bold predictions in the comments. And make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more videos. The SAG Awards are coming up soon. Got the PGA Awards coming up soon. Oscars are right around the corner, so we are closing down award season. Very exciting. Thank you guys for joining me on this journey and continuing to join me on this journey. It's very exciting. I hope you all have a great rest of your week and a lovely weekend, and I will see you next time on the Awards Gambit.